The third and final episode of the Fate of Atlantis DLC is out. The season pass for Odyssey has ended, so does that mean that the support for the game is over? Well, not really. Bruno, the live content director, noted to me that there are actually still some surprises left. So let's discuss what the future of Assassin's Creed Odyssey will be and why there is no reason to uninstall the game yet, like he really said that. Not that I had plans to do that, nobody of course means that there are still some cool things and surprises coming in the coming months. So let's get into it. Would be awesome if you could leave a like on the video as it shows support. And let's go. My Helios pack giveaway is almost over, but you still got some time to enter. So if you did not do that yet, then totally follow the link in the pinned comment for a chance to win. Be sure you are a subscriber of the channel before you enter. And if you win, then I'll reach out with an email and share a code so you can get the pack for in the game. So it was really cool to hear from Bruno that there are still some surprises coming to Odyssey and that there's actually one special surprise that they want to pursue. We should not expect a ton of new content, but there are still some cool things to look forward to, and with him saying don't expect a ton of content, I think he's likely referring to season pass content, so stuff like a completely new zone to explore or likely new enemies to fight. I think we should not expect stuff like that, but I think it will be comparable to the 4 new legendary items that were recently added. Out of nowhere, after the recent update, we suddenly could buy this awesome sword that makes the abilities unavailable when you use it. I still want to make a cool build around that weapon that should be up on the channel soon. We also got, of course, the bare-chested legendary item with the minus 50% all resistance, making the game way more challenging if you choose to use it. And that was also the idea behind this item, that they wanted to create a challenge for the people that want that. And that was kind of the whole idea behind these cool new legendary items that suddenly showed up. They had ideas for cool perks and thought, why not put them in the game like this? And as I said before, I really like this, like have the community figure out new stuff that secretly gets added. So maybe in terms of surprises, we can expect more of these fun weapons or armor pieces that change the gameplay in unique ways, but I'm not entirely sure if that's what they want to pursue. It could be something else. So Bruno said that there are still some surprises left, and he really talked about one sort of special surprise that they really wanted to pursue before the end of the life cycle. So super intrigued what that will be. He obviously would not tell me because otherwise it would not be a surprise. What we should not expect though are big new quality of life features. We already saw that with the most recent updates, that they lacked any big new feature, where the updates before that launched in early April brought, for example, the loadout system to the game. So this will be the way forward. When a new big update comes out, we should not expect one of these big new features, and that's also because of the end of the life cycle, that while there are still some months of content left, it is still approaching. I think they will go till the end of October. That's at least what I got out of the interview, but that's just me speculating. I really don't know. Maybe they will go on even longer. And also people were still waiting for a loadout feature for the mastery levels, so you can easily switch between them, but Bruno said that while they did try it, while they did know that people wanted it, it is sadly not something that is coming. Just like any other quality of life feature that you might have wanted. So we will still see title updates though, but those will mostly focus on fixing issues and balancing things, and also on the story creator mode. This feature has now been out for a little over a month, and Bruno noted that they're really just getting started with this one. So when I was at Ubisoft Quebec to make the quest that was then shared at E3, I met the team that was working on the story creator mode, and really their focus was getting it out of the door, like making sure that people could get their hands on it. So right now they are gathering feedback according to Bruno, and they want to give more tools to let the people create the specific experience that they want to make, so really give the people what they want. Bruno was not able to share any specifics that they are working on and will be releasing later, only that we should see way more support for this feature in the coming months. And while making this video, I saw this tweet from Ludnar, who received an email from Ubisoft asking if they could use the quest that Ludmar made in a Gamescom 2019 video. Like they mentioned, promotional video. So they are going to push this new feature during Gamescom, meaning again that they are likely just getting started and are likely doing some more promotion to get more people to play it and to try it out. So we should totally expect this video around that mid-August window. And what they, by the way, also did, and this is also pretty cool, right now in the Ubisoft Club app, you can also add community stories that will then show up in the game. So if you use the Ubisoft Club app, you go to Assassin's Creed and then you can go to community creations. Here you can categorize all the stories on their ranking, on when they were created, when they were changed, and the most played stories as well. And then you can just look for a story that you like, and you will see the average play time, how many times it has been played, and then you can just add it to your favorites, and then it will show up in the See Story section in your game, like immediately. And then you can just select it and start playing it. I'm always really impressed by the seamlessness of this feature, and having it, of course, in more places is great, so the Ubisoft Club Edition is a great thing. So yes, totally expect way more story creator mode stuff. I still hope to see features so we can make cool combat encounters and that we can use the Atlantis enemies and stuff like that. Keep an eye out on the channel for some cool things that I've been working on. So that will be a focus in the coming months for sure, and that is what the Ubisoft CEO Yves Guillemot also said in the recent financial meeting from Ubisoft. Assassin's Creed Odyssey was, namely with Rainbow Six Siege, the reason that Ubisoft had a better than expected first quarter of their financial year. With Odyssey making a ton of money, like selling more compared to Origins in the same period last year, and that's totally not weird because of course the support for Assassin's Creed Origins ended in March or April on the PC, and Odyssey has of course seen way more content in this first quarter of the financial year that runs from April through June of 2019. So what happened was that investors were asking Ubisoft if they would support Odyssey for longer because it was such a big driver for revenue. And then the Ubisoft CEO noted that while a lot of the developers are moving to Gods and Monsters, the new game that I already covered here on the channel, coming out in February 2020. So yes, the support is kind of winding down in terms of the season pass and stuff like that, but there is still support for Odyssey with the story creator mode and also the Discovery Tour that is coming in September. And yes, that was not confirmed at all, so the Ubisoft CEO just shared the release month for the Discovery Tour. Bruno just said fall to me, and fall starts on September 23rd, so then it will be that late September window, you would think, right? The Discovery Tour is of course the education mode that teaches us more about Agent Grease without any combat, so you can just explore the world without having to fight, and we should expect a ton of unlockable characters that we can walk around with, and we can also get tours from familiar characters like Socrates, Herodotus, and also Leonidas. Bruno did not know if there were any trophies or achievements linked to the mode. He thought that there weren't any, but he also was not really sure, so we have to wait and see. Before that September Discovery Tour release, we will likely see 2 more free quest lines. The Lost Tales of Greece, we got the Old Flames Burn Brighter that will launch in August. When it releases, you will find it over here on the map, as I showed you many times before, because I was already able to capture this on a Ubisoft build where I got to play the DLCs early. And then there is one more Lost Tales of Greece mission left, the Socrates' Trial, and that starts near Sargon over here on the map. Bruno confirmed to me that this one will launch in September, so with the Discovery Tour launching at the end of September, I think that this mission will likely launch before that. So yes, there's still a ton of free content coming to the game, so not really weird that they are also adding new Helix item packs alongside that. Bruno noted that they still have some fun perks and ideas that they want to pursue in terms of these item packs. So I would totally expect some crazy things, like being able to set yourself on fire that we saw with the new Helios pack. So curious to see what they will come up with. I mean, there are still a ton of gods and figures from the Greek mythology that they haven't touched on yet. He noted that the Lawgiver set is up next though, the next pack that we should get. And Ubisoft already confirmed that that one will be coming on July 30th, so that is next week at the time of this recording. So that will be during the weekly reset that of course happens on every Tuesday, and the one that just happened is not that bad. We got the ship design that you can now buy for Orichalcum, the Lost Ferry, a real pirate style look, and then we got the chest from the Wild Boar set that I actually like a lot too. I think Sargon sold that already at one point, but I'm not 100% sure. I would say it's worth the orichalcum because it looks kind of unique. To get the orichalcum, you of course want to go to the bounty board and do the weekly quests that appear there. Like one is going after ships. We now only get older ships that we already killed before, so if you like me got all the ship designs already from the weekly events, then you just get the orichalcum. But if you never killed the ships or started playing later, they can still get out and get these unique designs. So those are getting recycled. But Bruno actually confirmed to me that we should still expect some new mercenaries like we saw today. Nestor the Great, a kind of eye patch wearing person. Maybe the brother of the ancient that we had to kill in the Legacy of the First Blade, the cape wearing guy. My editor Joyce came up with that. Good memory right there. No, but this is just one of the few new mercenaries that will be rolling out in the coming weeks. Bruno also teased a mercenary with the sun hat that we should be seeing soon. We'll be keeping an eye out on that one. Maybe we then finally learn what the sunburn resistance will be about. Maybe it will work good against that mercenary or something. Hopefully you also get the sun hat from that mercenary, like an epic version of it, because right now you can only get it from the blacksmith if you are lucky and he sells it, and they still need to buy it. So hopefully we get like a guaranteed sun hat from that mercenary. So what I think will happen is that these coming months will be similar to when the Legacy of the First Blade ended and we were waiting for the first episode of the Atlantis DLC. Like that period in between. Only now we should not expect a new zone and a big story expansion, but the Discovery Tour in September and again a ton of story creator mode stuff. Alongside all the regular stuff like new Lost Tales of Greece missions, new item packs and the weekly resets. And yes, these surprises that Bruno hinted at. Sadly no hard mode mythical creatures though. They tried that according to Bruno but ran into some unexpected things, so we will never see that sadly. No abomination set as well. But yeah, we should expect some other things. I will be covering of course everything here on the channel as you come to expect from me, so totally subscribe if you haven't already for everything Odyssey. Got more interesting info from that interview that I want to discuss in other videos. Otherwise this one would be pretty big. It's already pretty big. So keep an eye out for that. Check out my previous Odyssey videos in the meantime about episode 3, like the new awesome legendary armor set that you can get. Like the video of course to support the channel. Check the pinned comment for the giveaway and I will speak to you next time. Goodbye.